How did you first get involved in Scouts?
Started as a Beaver. No idea why I first joined. I think my best friend was a Beaver, and his dad was the Beaver leader. And I'd just come of age, so I thought, why not do it? My parents pushed me into it, so why not?
So if you got pushed into it, but obviously you've stayed, so what made you stay?
I just think Scouting is awesome. I stayed through it because the first group I was in, which was First Wolverhampton, was actually, I loved the leaders there. I loved the group, and actually the scouting there was awesome. You just wanted to be. It was like when you saw the Scouts come in from when you were Cubs and a Beaver, that was the sort of thing you thought, oh, I actually really want to be part of that. And then from there they sort of solided it, and then Explorers looked really appealing, and then being a leader looked really appealing. It's just always kept me in. We always did relevant stuff that I really enjoyed.
Brilliant. So what other experiences outside of the weekly scouting have you got to do? Any trips or anything like that?
So I've been to some international scout camps. So I've been to the World Scout Jamboree, I've been to Japan, and I've been to Canasteg, was the first probably big international scout camp I did. My Explorer group went up there. So yeah, they were really starting to show me what scouting really truly was. Sort of changed my view on it, actually.
Brilliant. So you're here today because you're partaking in the Future Leaders Project. Can you tell me a little bit about what that is?
So the Future Leaders Project, from my point of view, is a way of getting all the young people together who are either just becoming leaders or just about to become leaders, and getting their heads together and seeing how we can change and evolve scouting the way we want it to be.
Brilliant. And part of that is that you have an idea, or you have a project that you could use that will implement change within Scouts. What's your idea?
So my idea with a couple of others here is to try and implement more of an international camp with network in the county, because at the moment network's quite thin on the ground, and we think if we get all network together we can maybe do an international inexpensive camp in Europe.
Brilliant. Do you feel that being involved in Scouts has benefited you personally, maybe in school, in college?
I think Scouts has probably made me who I am today. I used to be a really inconfident child, person who would probably never been outgoing, and actually now I'm the complete opposite to what I used to think I was, and I suggest Scouts done that all for me. And it's made me who I am today, and I'm really thankful for that.
That's fantastic. Have you come across... Oh, hang on, I'll go for a different one actually. Where do you see your Scout experience taking you, and do you see yourself staying involved in Scouts?
Yeah, I definitely want to stay involved in Scouts, because I remember the reason I stayed in Scouting was because of those leaders that started it, and I want to give that back. But actually, just the group of friends that are still in Scouting, my best friends are there, so I don't see why I'm going anywhere. And every time I go to a new Scout event, new something, I make a new network of people, so I want to stay in it the whole time, and maybe help back with Scouting. Some of the international trips really invite me. I really want to take part.
Brilliant. Have you, with people outside of Scouting, have you come across any negative perceptions or perhaps archaic perceptions of Scouting?
Yeah, when I was first started as an explorer, we used to never say to people that we were actually Scouts. We used to think that was a bad idea. We used to be like, if you said to your friends you're a Scout, they'd be kind of, oh, that's not cool. And since I've become an explorer leader, and since it matured, actually, people I've talked to now, the explorers now, seem to think it's actually cool. So I think it started off negative, but Scouting is definitely becoming more prevalent.
What do you think has prompted that change?
I'm not entirely sure, actually. I think there's a lot more people involved in it than there used to be. But I think Scouting's become more relevant to everyday life, and actually people see the positives.
What would you say to somebody who's not already involved in Scouts, either as a youth member or as an adult member, to get them involved?
I'd say if you wanted to be something amazing, something big, something that can change your life and change others, then why not pick Scouting? It's fairly easy to do, and actually the support is there for everything, and you will make a difference.
Brilliant. And how would you sum up your Scouting experience, maybe in a sentence?
Absolutely amazing. It's changed who I am, and I'm so thankful.
That's brilliant. Perfect.